Yes, guys, welcome back to SFeatley F1. We're here for another show for the Checker Flag show. And we're covering a few topics. Obviously, it's broken out with the political situation and everything. We had the show this morning, and we found out obviously that Haas had removed the sponsor Caue off their car, off their team branding, everything like that. So we're gonna get into that a little bit more. Make sure you hit the like button, you hit the subscribe button as well. Hit the share button if you can as well. Do share on all your platforms to let people know that we are live. And we're also covering a little bit about Christian Horner, because obviously he's decided to pipe up on Talksport. Ray Parlour knows fuck all about Arsenal. He obviously knows fuck all about F1 as well, because he clearly knows shit. Sorry, I've got to change the countdown on that thing as well. So that's counting down to 23 days now to start the season. Yeah, he apparently knows shit. Because he basically agree with everything he says. Horner is a hypocritical, condescending, lying little prick. I'll put it out there. He is a lying, hypocritical, stuck up, arrogant twat. How the hell on Talksport, by the way, and I don't usually watch this channel because they're usually wankers anyway. I don't like them. How can you sit there and say Massey did nothing wrong? Have you not checked the fucking rule book? We've all gone through the fucking rule book, mate. It's all been gone through by every single person known to man of what the regulations are and revolving around the safety car and everything. You're telling me Massey didn't know nothing wrong? Well, of course you didn't, because probably you were siding with him and probably telling him in his ear about what to bloody do. Oh, yeah, you were. You're getting Jonathan Wheatley to do that, weren't you? Right? Absolute tosspot. He is a tosspot. I can't stand the guy. Right? Massey done nothing wrong, and it's harsh to get rid of him. Is this guy off his fucking rocker? He needs to go read what the rule book is. Oh no, the rule book is everything is everything's fine if it all goes our way. If it's not, it's not. Right? I bet you if actually Mercedes come out with that radical side pod that Red Bull come out with, the first thing you'd hear is a protest from Red Bull. Undoubtedly, straight up. That's the first thing you hear. Right? Because he can't handle competition. Well, of course he couldn't handle competition. That's why he never got into F1 as an F1 driver. Typical. Right? He knows nothing of the concerning of racing. Absolutely nothing. Right? He knows jack shit. Absolutely jack shit. And you're sitting there saying that Massey's done nothing wrong. You're also sitting there saying that they had two chances to pit Lewis. Well, if they pitted Lewis, mate, you would have stayed out and gone ahead of him, right? Don't get it wrong. You would have stayed out and gone ahead of him and take track position, right? And in the end, what was the point in pitting him? Because no matter what you were doing, you couldn't get near Lewis. And you're telling me those tyres were dead. If those tyres were dead, why aren't you catching him a second a lap? You had 20 laps fresher tyres because your car's shit. And you couldn't the fact that Lewis beated you fair and square on that last day. And you had to get someone else to do your job for you. Right? Let's not get it twisted. Right? You had to get someone to do the job for you because you couldn't do it yourself. Simple as that. And some of the decisions have gone against his way. Hang on. Let me have a look at the penalties that have gone through. Okay. 10-second penalty to Lewis Hamilton in Silverstone. He was mentioned about Silverstone. Well, if your driver gave more space on the left-hand side, mate, if he gave more space on the left-hand side, you both make round that corner. Fact. It's a fact. And plus, he had no right to go up the inside of Cop's corner. I say it for the last time. There is a still image of Hamilton side by side. And in the rule book of F1, if you are side by side with a driver going into a corner, you are entitled to a car with space. Hamilton was not given a car with space. He was turned into. It was Max who turned in. It was Max who turned in even further. It was Max who changed the direction of the steering wheel, not Hamilton. Right? But even when he got a penalty, and because you didn't like it because he won the race, right? You then try and fucking drag his name through the mud and his reputation through the mud. Get out of here, right? We move on to Monza. Oh yeah, but in Monza, Max causes the accident. It's all fair racing. That's all fair racing. It's all fair racing. Yeah. It's not fair. With exactly like an equivalent. Actually, it's not equivalent. It's blatantly Max's fault. Yeah, that's just a 50-50. It's not a racing accident. Right? All the other penalties. Saudi Arabia. He mentioned. How dare you mention Saudi Arabia? Who are you to mention Saudi Arabia? Your driver should have been fucking disqualified. The way he was driving in that Grand Prix was disgusting. It was sick. He was deliberately brake testing people to stay in front. In my eyes, you don't drive in the sport again if you do that. You break every safety band in Formula 1. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I don't care. If you honestly think that is justifiable to do that in a Grand Prix, then you should not be a team principal of a team. You should not be in a sport. End of story. And you need to actually tell Max this season, right, to rein it in. Because I tell you what, Lewis ain't going to part with it this season. He's already stated him putting up with it. He's not even having it. What he did in that Grand Prix was disgusting. And he should have been disqualified. But because of the great drama, we want the last race of the season to be level on points. They gave you a 10-second penalty. And you're calling that harsh. You're calling that harsh. You're saying Lewis ran in the back of him deliberately. Yeah, of course. That's exactly what Lewis will do. Yeah, of course. When's that ever happened? Nah, I can't remember that happened. When's Max done it? Oh, yeah, I've seen that before. Who's got the proven record, mate? Ain't Lewis. Ain't Lewis. Right? Honestly, Horner, why don't you do yourself a favour? Stop worrying about everyone else. Stop cussing off everyone else. Focus on your own job. Because in the end, the only reason you won that is because Massey fucked up. And I think you still had something to do with it, to be honest. But there you go. Right? That's another story. Because you were so focused on Mercedes, because you couldn't answer their frigging suspension or their straight line speed, right? You try to get their protest, you try to get their new updates banned, which didn't work. You're then cussing them off on the team radio. You're cussing them off during the Grand Prix. You're cussing them off at the end of the Grand Prix because you know you ain't got no answer. Why don't you focus on your own job and your own team and your own driver rather than cussing off everyone else? You might win more races, mate, because the reason you didn't win a Hungarian Grand Prix is for this reason. It's not because Bottas took out Norris, which took out the 2 Red Bulls. It's because you wanted to have a go. You spent 2 weeks trying to find more evidence to give Lewis a harsher penalty instead of preparing for the weekend. You got your test driver to simulate that incident over and over again to fucking find a harsher penalty. That's how sad you are, because you can't compete. You can't compete. And in your career, it's fucking a good track record of you not competing. Right? Even Martin Brundle got in F1 ahead of you. Even Martin Brundle. Right? And what did he do?
Didn't do much, did he? He did more as a commentator than he did as an F1 driver, right? Honestly, the day he fucks off out of this sport is the day I'm throwing a fucking party. Honestly, the day Christian Horner packs up and leaves is the day I'm fucking having a party. I'm telling you, the guy is a tosspot. He's a wanker. I can't stand him. I can't stand him. Right? I get rivalry, and I get you have beef with rivals. Right? I don't even have beef with Max Verstappen. I have beef with this guy. Because this guy, every time something Max does wrong, he's like, yeah, it's they're all against you, Max. It's not your fault. It's never your fault, Max. It's always against you. He deliberately brake test Lewis. They proved it. They proved it in after the race on the fucking data. He deliberately brake tested him, and you're still sitting on TalkSport saying it's fucking. It was fucking harsh to give him a penalty. Yet you didn't really get a penalty because you got 10 seconds added to your time, but you still finished second. How about running someone off the road because there's a perfect good runoff area to run off someone off the road because you're not going to make the corner and you know Hamilton's pretty much past you. What about that one? Yeah? No, I didn't want to mention that one, did you? Like, because that's all fair wheel-to-wheel racing. If that was Lewis, you'd be having a fucking steward's inquiry. You'd be having fucking investigations till the sun doesn't shine. Honestly, mate. Sub to SFeatley F1, some of the best YouTube, some of the best content on YouTube, unless you're a Horner fan. I don't imagine if any, I'd be mad if someone thinks he's a Horner fan. I've literally, Brethren John is a Red Bull fan. He can't stand Horner. What does that tell you? He doesn't like Horner. What does that tell you? And he's a Red Bull fan. There you go. This ain't even me being a bitchy Hamilton fan. This is just me general looking at it at an F1 perspective. He is so fucking deluded and up himself. It's unreal. I can't stand him. Like, anyway. Obviously, we know the political situation with Russia. So, and if you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We'll bring as much as we can to you. And obviously, we got the Mazepin situation. Bear with me. I've got to take this drum off, actually. I'm boiling. There you go. That's better. That's better. But yeah, we got the we got the Haas situation with the title spots is another problem for them. Hashtag corner out, man. I'm getting that trending, mate. I'm getting that trending. Like, but yeah, we've got Haas out of their team sponsor at the minute. What's going to happen with them, I don't know. They're probably going to have to try and find another company. The people calling them to drop them, what you don't understand is that Haas need the money. They can't just drop them because they won't survive the year. If they drop Euroclide right now with no sponsor to replace him straight away, they will be bankrupt by the end of the year. That's their situation. That's why they've got the deal with them. That's why Mazepin's in the car, right? So they need someone to come in their place, right? So they need to find someone that was going to cover the money for them, right? Simple, right? But let's go through some of the comments. I think Seb is totally correct. The Russian Grand Prix should not be held at all. Breaking news, actually, the F1 has decided they are not hosting a race at the Grand Prix this year. A country that is going to war and killing innocent people should not be given such priority. Exactly, especially since Putin has such a say in the actual Grand Prix itself. He has a massive influence in it. So they're not going to. They're not going to hold it. If I bring it up, actually... let me get F1 on Twitter. Oh, bear with me 2 seconds.
Wanker. Right. Absolute wanker. Right. I don't know, but whoever's got this number, do you know what? Fuck you. I'm going to shout your number out. I'm going to shout your fucking number out. You've just made a big mistake. Because I'm going to shout your fucking number out. Right? So, I don't know who this is. I think it's a fuck. Whoever think it is, he's a fucking ass. Whoever's got this number, +44 771 51 31 33 344, whatever it is. Yeah. +44, obviously. 7715 1313 44. Right. I'm glad you've got the time to try and troll us. I'm so grateful. Obviously, yeah, I know you can dial on a private number now, mate, but I know now your number. Right, so I'll be sending that to the cops, mate. You alright? Good luck. Try me. Right, dickhead. Right, have 6 transplants. Right, go through the shit I go through every week, and then see how you like it if you're trolled after that. Yeah? Jog on, you motherfucker. Yeah? Jog on. Right? I urge everyone to fucking troll him. Go on. There you are. Fucking twat. Yeah, like I was saying, F1, I'm gonna get them up on Twitter. Right? Honestly, these people think because they're gonna troll you, they're gonna stop you what you're doing. You obviously don't know me that well, do you? Such a sad life, haven't they? They've got such a sad life. Let's have a look. Trying to find. Can't find it actually. No, so I'm gonna have to look it up. I swear they posted it online though. On Twitter. I swear they did. Oh, here's a statement from the FIA. Big up, Brethren John. I hope you're well, my bro. I think I sent you the link, didn't I, John? I did. I swear I did. Yeah, I sent you the link, mate. Hate that Haas will be most affected, and we could see them liquid. Yeah, I don't think it because of that. I think they'll find a sponsor. The FIA F1 World Championship visits countries all over the world with a positive vision to unite people, bring nations together. We are watching the developments in Ukraine with sadness and shock, and the hope that a swift and peaceful resolution to the present situation. On Thursday evening, Formula One, the FIA and the teams discussed the position of our sport, and the conclusion is, including the view that of all relevant stakeholders, that it is impossible to hold the Russian Grand Prix in these current circumstances. Right? But then other people are saying, but you're going to hold us a race in Saudi Arabia. There you go. But then with Saudi Arabia, money talks, doesn't it? So, but look, if there's a war going on, you really can't go to a country that's at war, can you? You really can't. So fair play to them. That's the only position they could take. I'm also going to show you some of the images from this afternoon. Some of the drivers having their track sessions today. So there's Lewis on a artificially soaked Barcelona circuit, closely followed by Sergio Perez and Nicholas Latifi. So it's like Lando Norris was getting it, was getting some of the attention on that. So in the end, I want to see if I can get the classification. No, probably not. There you go. Classification. Oh, I like the look of that. Yeah, John, what were you saying earlier, man? Like this morning? Like,
Max Verstappen 6 tenths behind Lewis. Oh, you'd love to see it, don't you? 94 laps this guy has done. 94 laps, just under 100 laps. Right, my guy, Lewis Hamilton, 19.1. You'll probably see them break into the 118s, maybe even the 117s by the time they get to the Spanish Grand Prix, which would be about a second or two slower than last season. So not that much difference. It was obviously going to be a bit slower than 2 seasons ago. So there we are. Right. There you go. So yeah. We are finished. Who do you mean we are finished? Who do you mean we are finished? If you mean Ferrari, you've got Ferrari ain't that far off either. So it looks a closely balanced grid, to be honest. The top 10 are the top 7 are situated by a second. So yeah, they've been doing that in the 2 seconds from 12th to 1st. So not bad. Not bad for bunching up the field. Obviously, it's still going to be developing as we go along. I'm going to bring up some more F1 news as well. Right. Hamilton speaks out on F1 kneeling after Lando Norris issues a strong response. So Lewis Hamilton has given his thoughts to F1's decision to scrap their pre-race kneeling ceremony ahead of the new season. Lewis Hamilton has insisted that more could be done to tackle inequality in Formula One after Lando Norris condemned the sport's decision to scrap the pre-race kneeling ceremony ahead of the new season. All drivers were given the opportunity to make a gesture they wish to address in more important issues such as LGBTQ plus rights and racial injustices over the course of the last 2 years. I'll also right. Let's see what's happened with I wanted to see what Gunther Steiner's got to say about the Haas issue. I'll try and find it. He's mentioned about Mazepin. So let's wait see he's got Mazepin, because that's another thing. Should Mazepin be dropped because of what's going on? Adam, like, can you come up with some actual proper questions, man? Like, seriously. I'm not talking about dinner, honestly. The Russian invasion, obviously, of Ukraine, Formula One crisis talks with team bosses Thursday night as the fate of the 2022 Grand Prix was discussed. But while the conflict has rocked Formula One, arguably a greater impact has been felt at Haas, with their primary sponsor being Caue, and the Russian flag-style colour scheme for their livery for the final day out of the Prix Barcelona test. As for Mazepin's future in their lineup, that is something Steiner needs to sort out. But since there are government issues involved, he explained the situation is beyond his control currently. It needs to be resolved, says there are governments involved and I have no power over them, and we need to see how the situation develops in Ukraine. So he's not quite sure how it's going to develop. Yeah, he's not quite sure how it's going to develop at the minute. So you never know. We don't know yet. Should he go? Should he be chucked out? Should he be in it? I don't know. It could well be. It could well be under threat. It could very well be under threat. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see what else has been going on in the F1 world. After her hydraulic issue with Alonso's car, Alpine call early end to Barcelona running after hydraulic issue. Alpine have called a premature end to this pre-season running at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia, after Fernando Alonso stopped out on track from Friday morning. Alonso was lapping in the Alpine A52 on the final day of pre-season running until when the two-time world champion had forced to pull up with fire and smoke coming from the car. Yeah, not a great way to end it, but to be honest, they had a decent run. Do you know what? Tonight, I'm not going to do the review tonight because I'm going to be very late and I'm still tired from yesterday. So I'm not going to be doing the review tonight. So I do apologise for that. Breaking news: Champions League ends sponsored with Russian. Yeah, that's other news, mate. That's other news. This is F1. F1. Right, that's why we make the F1 channel. So when I'm on SFeatleyTV later, you can let us know that. But yeah, try and keep this to F1 if we can, please. Yeah, I mean, I think Mercedes will be happy with the way things have gone. I think also Red Bull will be pleased to a sense. I think Ferrari will be very happy. They look very strong. So do McLaren. I think Haas would be obviously disappointed. I think Williams have had a small. They'll be decently satisfied with everything. I'd also think Alfa and Mayo, they've been quietly getting on their business, so they'd be happy. I also think, if you have a look at the teams here, Aston Martin, be okay. Alpha Tauri, okay. And Alpine, okay. But yeah, the standouts for me are McLaren, Ferrari, and then Mercedes and Red Bull just being, the usual. You'd expect them up there, and they are. So there you go. So there you go. But yeah, this was only going to be a quick show anyway because I've got a match reaction to do at 9, and then I'm knackered after that. To be honest, there'll be 3 shows today, and I've already done an hour and a half on the live update today. So that's now 2 hours, another hour, about 3 hours. So yeah, it's getting tiring already. So especially after yesterday being at the hospital as well. So yeah, I think Grant Zhou would probably be happy with the way things have gone as well. He wanted to try and prove doubters wrong because there were a lot of doubters. So he'd be wanting to try that. Let's have a look. Oh, before I go, I'll show you the slow-mo. Look at the slow-mo. Right. Wow. That's cool, isn't it? That's cool, isn't it? I like that. That's cool. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there because obviously I've got to prepare for 9 p.m. and I'm tired as well, so I need time to relax. So yeah, that's testing. That's the first 3 days of testing. We've got another 3 days at the 10th and 12th of March. More topics to cover next week. We're gonna have a special. I'm sure there'll be a special guest coming on during this weekend, so keep your eyes out for that. But yeah, make sure you hit the like button, you hit the subscribe button, you hit the share button as well, and yeah, do get us to 100 subs as soon as possible, please. It really does help. And yeah, and
we're back on SFeatleyTV at 9 PM, and then that'll be it for and that's just a match reaction to the Arsenal game last night. So there you go. But until then, everyone stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.